Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I want to talk through how to elevate your style. These are tips and tricks that I have learned over the years of just sharing my outfits online, but also just reflecting on what has made me feel my most confident self and my most beautiful self. So if you're interested in elevating your style, keep watching. Everything I share in today's haul will be listed and linked down below in the description box. If you're on mobile, tap titles video and everything will populate for you there. You can also follow me over in the free LTK app. It's a place where I share everything that I love, all my outfits, everything is in there, and you can always find promo codes and coupon codes that I share. Everything is always there in case you are interested. Okay, let's go ahead and get into how to elevate your style.
Good morning.
Now the first thing I want to talk through is slimming down your closet. Something I feel like I discovered in the last 10 years. I used to think like, oh, I need the right piece for this outfit, or like having more options would help me get dressed more quickly and I would have the things that I need to feel really good about my outfit. What I discovered was that sometimes it's just way too many options that I feel like you're almost paralyzed in the moment. It's kind of like information overload, but like option overload. So then what I discovered is that I could never get dressed quickly, or I never loved what I had on because I'm like, I think I have something better somewhere in my closet, and I just wasn't able to find those things. I think having too many options can paralyze you. Also, I kept trying to remind myself over the past years, and it's something I live by now, like if you bring something into the closet, I try to personally take something out of the closet just because of this exact issue. You don't want too many options that you can't actually find what you need. So I just feel like having way too much in there doesn't help you build your style and doesn't help you elevate, because more often than not, you're kind of just buying things that are on trend, or there's just like too much in there that you're not able to really refine and pare down to exactly what you need to make your outfit more complementary or like a better fit to your outfit. So I really recommend just kind of diving in there. I personally live by the rule that if I haven't worn something in a year, or maybe even 2 seasons, like with coats or like special items, like more occasional wear, things like that, if you haven't worn it in its season for more than 2, definitely, in my opinion, time to donate it and move on from it. And then for items that I feel like are basic that you wear all the time, if you haven't worn that in 1 season, you're probably not going to wear it in the next. So again, time to move on from it, donate it, give it to somebody. That way you'll have everything in front of you to make like the best outfit. So slim down your closet, tip number 1. Okay, my next tip in elevating your style is definitely pay attention to the fabric contents. If you are constantly overheating in something, feeling itchy in something, just feeling like something's too stiff or it's not laying right, most likely it is probably the fabric contents that's contributing to how you're feeling in them. This is where I recommend investing into the pieces that you have in your wardrobe that you know you're gonna love and wear over and over again. Definitely quality over quantity. Some fabrics that I personally try to stay away from, or fabrics just so you guys know, synthetic fabrics, things that are cheaply made. Polyester is probably a fabric that you're gonna want to avoid, especially something that's 100% polyester. It traps heat and sweat, which means that odor gets trapped in it, not breathable, and it pills very easily. Sometimes you'll find in activewear though that there's a recycled polyester that is used, so when that's in a blend, it's typically okay. Another one to avoid is definitely nylon. Nylon can actually be really stiff. It's also material that will leave you feeling really hot, and oftentimes it doesn't hold its shape, so you kind of go through it more quickly. And then a big one for me, and this is what I learned when I was younger, probably like in college, is avoiding acrylic. Acrylic is just cheap, it's to mimic wool, but it's definitely very hot. It loses its shape, and it can also have that like scratchy feeling. So those are the fabrics that are a little bit on the cheaper end, and the ones that I definitely recommend investing into would be like your cottons. That would be organic cottons, Supima, Pima, linen. Linen's great because it's very breathable. It allows, it absorbs moisture from the body and then cools you down. Also your wools, so that would be your cashmere, merino, and alpaca. Tencel and Lysol are great materials, as well as modal. And then also bamboo is a great material, super soft, has that really soft, breathable feeling to it. And I feel like if you look at your closet and you're looking at the items and you're like, okay, I really love this, I wear this all the time, perhaps like each time you need to go purchase something, I would invest into the higher quality material, and I feel like it'll just make a huge difference. I used to wonder why I would always overheat and get really red face, and it was because more often than not I was in like cheaper materials like acrylic sweaters or whatnot in college and stuff, and it just left me feeling so uncomfortable. I knew my face was really red because I just have like that lighter skin tone with the redness that comes through, and I just would get like so embarrassed by it, or just feel like obviously not confident, and it clicked. It took a while to click to realizing like, okay, it's what I'm wearing that's like causing me to overheat, not actually just me being hot. It was actually what I was wearing that was like trapping the heat and the sweat and all that. And again, if you want to feel your most beautiful self and confident and just elevate your style, definitely pay attention to the fabric contents. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the fit of your garments. So that is crucial in how to elevate your style. Something may be for someone else and it may not be for you. And what I mean by that is things fit different bodies very differently. We all have different shapes, different sizes. We all have different things that makes us feel good about ourselves, make us feel more confident, more beautiful, all the things. And so you really got to pay attention to when you have an outfit on, what it's making you feel. And if you love it, if you feel confident and beautiful, then pay attention to that and obviously like duplicate that in your wardrobe. We all feel this, like if you don't do your hair or makeup and you just are in your pajamas all day long, or you as motivated to do other things, or you're motivated to leave. If you do just leave the home, do you feel confident out and about? And listen, I'm all for one of having a very lazy, casual lounge day, of course. I'm not talking about the exceptions or weekends or just wanting to be more casual. I'm talking about like on a daily basis when you're going out and you're meeting people or you're going to the office, like what are the things that make you feel really good? And for some people that will just be like simple makeup and a nice outfit. Some people be full glam, getting ready every day. You do you to whatever makes you feel your best self. That's what you should do. In regards to your clothing fitting you, I think the fit is just essential. I'm a medium size, curvy size build, and there's just a lot of things that I particularly pay attention to. If something's really clinging through my hips or just kind of accentuating areas that I don't love about my body, then I'm less likely to choose those items in my wardrobe. They just don't make me feel as good. If you have a, V-neck button down shirt and the collar keeps flipping inward and it just keeps kind of like exposing more than you want to at an office setting or something like that, then like, why are you wearing that? It's not going to make you feel good. You need to make sure that the clothing fits you well. Same thing goes with pants. If you're heading into an office or even just brunch, jeans, anything like that, and if the pants are too long, then consider getting those hem or taken to a tailor so that they can assess your body and have it fit to your length of size best. Otherwise, you're gonna be you're just gonna be dragging your pants around, and that doesn't lend to like an elevated style at all. I know I've spoken about this on my channel before multiple times. I personally, again, being a curvy mid-sized build, I have to pay attention to a garment's silhouette because that kind of lends to how it fits my body. So if I find a dress, for an example, that is just a box dress, that doesn't look good on me. It doesn't show my smaller waist. In fact, it just kind of clings to my hip area and my outer thigh area, which are the bigger portion of my body. And so then I just end up looking like a rectangle instead of more of like an hourglass figure. And I just kind of end up feeling more frumpy or just like appear larger. And I also have spoken about this on my channel too. I feel like if you love something and it isn't the best fit for your body, you don't always have to dress for it to be like the most amazing fit. If you love something, obviously wear it. I'm just talking about in general how to elevate your style and to pay attention to those items and clothing and outfits that make you feel more confident and more beautiful. Because sometimes I do like a baggy swing dress and it doesn't do much for my shape because you don't see the small definition in my waist. And sometimes I can appear a little bit bigger, but for once in a while, I just like the dress. I just want to be comfy. Those are the exceptions. I'm talking about kind of like every day, how to elevate your style so that you're feeling more confident and more beautiful on a daily basis. Okay, the next tip that I have for you in elevating your style is to definitely have the right shapewear undergarments for your outfits. Tell you how many times shapewear has truly saved the day. Has honestly probably saved me a couple times from going into an emotional wreck or something. I feel like there's just a few times, like I remember like going to a friend's wedding and I grabbed a dress that I thought would just fit, and thank God I had the right shapewear just to kind of like smooth everything out, make me feel more comfortable and confident. But on a daily basis, to elevate your style, I would definitely say pay attention to your undergarments and your shapewear pieces, and definitely invest in those that are going to suit your body the most, and maybe help you not accentuate the things that maybe you're more sensitive to on yourself. Like I know I mentioned all the time here, my hips are what I notice the most in an outfit, or when I put on a couple pounds or something, I notice it my hips first. So I feel like that makes me feel more insecure, and having the right undergarment pieces that can kind of smooth everything out and compress is just life-saving, life-changing, and life-saving. Quite a few videos here on my channel where I talk through undergarments, top undergarments for women, my Honey Love shapewear pieces, my favorite shapewear pieces, in which I had shared a few items from other brands such as Spanx and Skims. However, I can honestly say now my shapewear collection is like 95% Honey Love because they are my absolute favorite for so many reasons, which I'll get into a few here. But I do believe their pieces are just made so perfectly for the woman body. They're created and designed by women, and I feel like they just kind of get it, honestly. Things are just, with these pieces, everything just becomes so much more flattering, and I just feel way more confident, and I truly just absolutely love them. I do have a code with Honey Love. If you use my link down below, you get 20% off. They are sponsoring today's video, but of course all opinions are of my own, and you guys know, if you look through my content, LTK, I'm always talking about Honey Love because I truly, truly love them as a brand, but I love that their pieces make me feel confident and that they have just held up really well. Anytime I wash my shapewear pieces, I just simply put it in like a mesh bag, and actually one mesh bags come with each one of their pieces. So I just put that in there, zip it, and then I wash it just like you would with any of your clothing. And then I do lay flat to dry, but that is the extent of how I care for them. Some of these pieces at this point I've had for like 3 or 4 years. They just have held up, and they have held up really well, and I wear them all the time. So my absolute favorite item that they have, and if you were just starting out in your collection, the first item that I would 100% recommend is definitely the Super Power Short. This is a mid-thigh short, and I just love this for so many reasons. One, it comes in quite a few different colors. You can see here, again, I have an extensive collection, so I have obviously the black. The sand is my most worn colored from their collection. I typically just get everything in sand. And then this is a beautiful toffee color as well. The different options, their sizing is great, extra small to 3X. But the Super Power Short in particularly, why I love it, it's the perfect short to just smooth everything out from your stomach, hip, and butt area, including, like, I feel like it smooths everything out on the back of my butt and the back of my thighs, where I can be a little insecure with some of the cellulite or fat. It just smooths everything out. It has a boning in here, a flexible boning piece on both sides, so I feel like it just really accentuates your waist nicely, but kind of just really defines the shape and gives it a shape, but it's just super, super comfortable. Also, the little mesh insets here on the bottom of the shorts, I love it because it just makes it more breathable, and everything in general is very breathable, but that's just like a nice little detail under the butt. And then also, if you can kind of see in here, there's a crisscross, like an X compression here. So it's really just smoothing everything out across your stomach area. Again, though, it's very breathable and not too hot. And then of course there is a gusset. I think that's the right way to say it, but essentially you never have to take their pieces off if you have to go to the bathroom, because that is built into it, and it's just incredible. What I have on underneath this dress, and with anything that's more bodycon or fitted, I always wear a Honey Love shapewear piece. What I have on underneath here is a bodysuit. What's great about the bodysuit is that it actually has a built-in supportive bra, but it's unlined, so there's no wires in here, and it just lifts everything up, super smoothing all through the back. I feel like you never get like a little bit of back bulge or anything like that. Smoothing through the hips, of course. It kind of goes into, which would be the mid-thigh shorts, is kind of like what it is. I just feel really confident in this. Everything's all smooth, and I just feel, yeah, very, very comfortable. I can truly be in my Honey Love pieces from morning to night. I mean, like, truly 1000%. Even when we travel with certain dresses and stuff, I mean, I could surely be in this from morning to night, and it just feels comfortable. It's breathable. It's not hot. It's not stiff. It's made with like amazing fabrics and material, and the construction on these pieces are just amazing because I feel like it's just really supportive without it being like too clunky or anything like that to put on. They have quite a few different bottom options, so if you are looking for more of just kind of like an underwear style, they have that. So this would be the focusing on your midsection. They also have shorter shorts as well, and then thinner shorts too. So if you wanted something even like a little bit lighter, they have quite a few different options for that. And then they have like a short version instead of the mid-thigh. I've talked about their bras before. Amazing supportive bras. A lot of them do have adjustable straps. They have a band, they have mesh detailing here, which makes it breathable as well, but everything is unlined, so you never have to worry about a wire as well. And then they also have different bodysuits and camisoles. I have quite a collection in those too, because I feel like these are just perfect for the foundation of your outfit too. So if you're looking to invest in some just really simple tops, I definitely recommend them for that as well. Again, like the flexible boning, the construction to really just smooth everything out and give it a nice compression, but very breathable compression. Literally do it absolute best as a brand, and I love that their pieces make me feel confident and beautiful. Okay, next I want to talk through details of the actual outfit, the outfit color and palette. So I think when you stick to a monochromatic outfit, it's not pulling in too much stuff, and it's just really flattering on the body, easy for the eye to take into. And again, I think there's a reason why we're all able to look at certain things and say, oh, that's expensive, when we don't even know the price tag. It's a lot of times it has to do with just like kind of our eyes taking it in, and then the perception that we have within our brain, the signals that we're receiving. Something just looks more elevated than, say, like, you know, maybe like a crazy tie-dye print and, you know, jeans. Like, there's something to be said about more of like a calming monochromatic outfit. And then I also want to talk through accessories. This is a really great place to think about this too in terms of elevating your style. So nothing has to be designer, of course. I feel like it's just knowing the pieces that look a little more elevated, a little more refined, nothing too crazy. So you have like very classic shapes to your bags. You have jewelry that is just timeless, like a gold hoop is always a perfect example. A little diamond stud, anything like that, just very timeless. But those little details can really just bring your outfit to life, especially if you are in a more monochromatic palette or more of a classic, you know, just like a simple white tee and jeans. Those little details like that with your jewelry and accessories can definitely elevate your outfit as well. And again, I am someone that loves, you know, things that are trendy and things like that, but I just want to speak to just overall how to elevate your style. Of course, you can always add in a couple trend pieces. I think there's nothing wrong in that. I think that's what makes fashion fun and getting dressed fun, but just in a broad perspective on your wardrobe, how to elevate your style, these are the things that I look to. So I want to talk about knowing what works best on your body and what makes you feel the best, and kind of duplicating that. Earlier in the video, but basically creating a style uniform for yourself and paying attention to the items that you love, the outfits that you absolutely love, thinking about why you love them, why you felt beautiful, all those things. And for someone like me who's constantly dressing and sharing and all that, and I actually went to school for fashion, I studied fashion, it comes very easily and naturally to me, but that might not be the case for everyone. So if you absolutely love something, honestly, grab your phone, take a photo of yourself in the mirror. It doesn't have to be a perfect mirror selfie like you see all over social, whatever, but just maybe start snapping those photos, or have someone take one of you, or leaving out those the pieces that you love, leaving those out so that the next day you can like actually think about what is it that you love about the outfit and or those pieces. Like, why did you feel beautiful? Why did you feel confident? Patterns that you'll be able to see in your outfits and those pieces that will give you a clue as to why you love them. A style uniform for me could be having a nice pair of pants, trousers, jeans, and having a shirt or a tank top, a blouse tucked in. I'm somebody with being a curvier mid-size, how we talked about shapes earlier in the video. I'm an hourglass shape, and so I definitely need to have my waist shown so that you can see my shape. Otherwise, if I have something that does not show this portion of my body, that's where it can kind of lend to me being a more rectangular build, which again is fine. But if you're wanting to elevate your style, again, these are just tips for that. I personally, a style uniform is something more fitted in the chest, fitted through the hip area, the body area, the lower area here, and then it can kind of flare out just to balance out my proportions and the volume, depending on what I'm wearing. Maybe if you're somebody that has like an inverted triangle, you're broader here, a strapless top won't do as well because it will actually accentuate your shoulders. So maybe having something that like a cap sleeve or an actual sleeve on something that will kind of draw the eye downward to like your waist, so you're not feeling, so it's not making you appear or feel as large in your upper torso, upper, you know, shoulder area. For an example, if you're someone that carries more weight in your midsection, you know, you might not necessarily want to wear something that's super fitted on the midsection. Maybe you want to wear more of a pemplon top, or have, you know, more details at the neckline so that your eye is drawn upward and you appear slimmer. So pay attention to those pieces and those outfits that you absolutely love, and then just duplicate that. You know, invest in those higher quality pieces, those colors that you can kind of wear back to other things. You know, I always like to think of what are my favorite colors to wear, and when in doubt, when I'm purchasing something, I often buy one of those neutral colors that I wear often, and then you know, if you love it so much, maybe purchase it in like a fun color, or every once in a while add in those seasonal colors. Of course, I don't think you should just have like a tan, white, and black, gray wardrobe, but I do feel like investing in higher quality pieces in those neutrals that you absolutely love and you'll wear over and over again, that is just a great foundation to your wardrobe. And then again, that slims the closet down, and that's you investing in those pieces that make you feel the best and you can style and wear over and over again. Okay everyone, that is it for today's video, how to elevate your style. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I would love for you guys to join in here. I'm currently 10 weeks postpartum, so typically I post twice a week. I'm slowly trying to get back into a stronger posting cadence, but I try to get a video up at least once a week, so I would love for you to join in this community here. Special thanks to Honey Love for sponsoring this video. Again, all the links, everything that I shared, my favorite pieces, some of my my shapewear, all that, everything is listed and linked down below in the description box. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this and you want to see more like this, leave me a comment on what you would love to see next, and I will definitely answer each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope to see you really soon in my next one. Bye.